Welcome, I'm just showing, this is a picture I did about 3-4 years ago. It's on its side. So, I don't know what you can read off of it, but I'm just coming here to show you. What if I hold it all the way back? Now the next picture I'm going to show you comes out of more of a revelation. Took me about 6 or 7 hours to do this one. But before I show it, this is what comes on the back. I needed to write on something. I needed to find. So if you notice over here, EF, ES, EX, EL, EM, EN. It's the address I work at. Why? Because they're all in the family. F is S, is X, is L, is M, and N. E, B, C, D, E equals A and E. Black 29. I'm not sure why I marked red 18 because it's not 18. The first letter is 18. At the same time, you're saying 1 digital. See the digital dots? 1 digital. 1 8 instead of the 8. It's now a digital. 8 shows 2 worlds. O over O. When you show water over water, in one of the designs I saw on the internet on Google, it was very interesting because in order to support the water, we need the land. And then once we have the land, we can have the sky. Because we can have water above, electric above. I don't know how they keep it flowing up and down, but somehow above might be connected into this world that we don't see. Maybe they call it a waterfall, and they just push this area. They took this area and they pushed it towards this area. Oh, wait a second, what am I going to do up here? May as well put some water so everything connects together and looks natural. So now we know 47 time, okay, is also GD. The letter G, the letter D, D-O-G. The other day, Google had D-O-G right on the front spot. When you see a triangle, what are you going to do with that triangle? Do you turn it into a C? Do you turn it into a D? Do you change the language? What do you actually do? What do we do? You see, if I knew what we should do, what we could do, then we would know what we can do and what the result would be. That if we change the triangle to say, I'm trapped in the prism of my mind, I am a pyramid, but I only have 3 sides and a floor. So if a pyramid has 3 sides and a floor, it must have a point. So if it has 3 sides and a floor and it has a point, the lines to go on a point have to be on an angle in order to reach the centipede of the triangle. So if we have the point that comes from more than one angle, if we should extend the angle of the lines of the point, we would have another pyramid come above. This point here gets extended towards this point. This point here gets extended towards its point. You see? See what we got? Take away that. We got a hex. Why do we have a hex? Let's get out a piece of paper and see why. Here's the pyramid. Okay? Here's the extended line. Here's the extended line. Right? Here's your X. Why do we get the hex? Because when these lines get here, okay, you see these lines on the paper, they go across? 3 of them can go across. That's one area. But the 4th one will show you down here. This is an empty space. If this is an empty space and then the lines continue, you now have your H from over here. At the same time, if it continues, you want to cross. Now that you can cross, every 4th row is a crossing, now you can cross to this side. So now it looks like the N. At the same time, it doesn't only look like the N, it also looks like the Z. It can also be mistaken for the 2. At the same time, the S is this way, the Z is this way. Could be a 2, could be a 5. This can be a 5, and this will be 25. Ron, get serious. You're making it all up. What am I making up? It works out on paper. See the way they can sponge against each other? I don't know how it works. I don't know how the sponging works. But then again, tomorrow is football. When the guy grabs the football, it's going to sort of like squeeze it, sort of make an indentation so he can hold it. How did he do that? Because they put air in it. And air is flexible. Inside combustion, only forcing on the material it's used to make. So when we go from here all the way to here, we don't. You see the way we ended here? This is the X right here. This is a guy standing right over here. He's standing right here, and he's leaning forward. He's leaning forward, his ass is in our face. And here's one of his arms, here's the other arm. Do you see this over here? I think I found it somewhere else. Can you see that? Now let's take a look. Let's take a look at my picture. Never had this before the drugs. Never got a headache smoking pot. But this medication they're giving me, they threatened me. Not once. More than once, but I was very lucky 3 years ago when the revelations began, the real revelations that haven't stopped yet. She let me in, she gave me my medication, I went home. We stopped it from working because it causes such bad interruptions with inside the mind. They don't know what's happening, but I certainly do. I've been living with it and studying it every single... It's on this side, it's right here. And we show this, we take this away, now we jump onto the Mayans. 20 by 13. 13 is monopoly on one section of the board. What would monopoly take up one section of the board? It would take up the 13, it would take up 6, 5, and 12. This would be one side, and then this and this would go with it. So we're going to show you exactly, because this is the first time I really thought of it that way, in which it's going to be like this. Let me turn it around so I can see it. 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, 4 row, 5 row, 6 row, skip 1, 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, 4 row, 5 row, skip row. Now if you remember skip row, okay, that the Hashem laws, the laws of Hashem, 6, 1, and 3, 613 laws, I can say it whichever way I want. We'll go 1, 2, 3, then you'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, and 4. Excuse me, 6, 1, and 4, that's 15. 6, 1, and 4 is impossible. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When you start at 6, 3, 1, 3 at the end. Do you remember how I did the piano? 3, 1, 3? I can make up anything, it doesn't matter. It becomes an equation that I can use in an entire piece to find something. Even if I made the mistake here, it's not a mistake, because this is only a partial. This only shows me 13, but I have 52 cards in the deck. The 6, the heart, and the earth all equal to 52. 13, 13, 13, in which 10 says, ship ahoy, I'm taking one from the left. And 10 says, I'm taking parts from the right. I am becoming from 13 that I am to 19. I will give back to the sides half of who I am, which will be 5.6 to each side, which equals to 13. And another reason for 6.5. The 6.5 makes 11, makes 30, makes the entire creation, and it says like this, I am 65 years old. I have worked 13 cycles of 5 years in my life. I am only 13 years old. But I've reached the age of retirement, the age of the wolf, 2 moons, 56. I've gone around the Monopoly board, but only once. 5 by 6 is 30, 5 plus 6 is 11. If I get to 30, I get to 11. Why? Because the 30th position is go to jail. So then if I just get out of jail, and I'm in jail, and I get out of jail, I have to count the jail as 1. I make it down to free parking. But we don't want to talk that way. I want to talk about 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, and you do this 3 times, or 4 times like on the piano, and you mark your numbers. Another way to do this, okay, do you see the way we have C, Jacob's ladder, is this is 20, okay? We're going to have to maybe go this, I'm not sure which amount yet, but this amount I know is going to be multiplied by 4, so I'm only going to probably do this by 4. It'd be 44. If we do it by 3, okay, you're inside the house and explaining, 3 is explaining, bringing it back to its originality. 4 is what makes it come around again. Sorry about that. These are the Mayan numbers. I was going to tell you about the corner of Monopoly. This is the way the corner of Monopoly works. I know I broke off for a second. I forgot what I was doing. Monopoly, this and this is the corner. You add on this one here and this one here. So now you have the corner here. And you have 1, 2 sections. You have the corner here. So here you have 10, 14, 12, 16, 25, 10, 15, 28, 11, and 6, and 12. You have all these numbers on these angles because you don't reach. You can go down like this, you can go down like this, and then you have to go down like this because you cannot reach. Now if we go the other way, we get 13, we get 12 and 6, we get 11, 5, and 12, and I have to do a numerology on this corner. At the same time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My Monopoly board is only 13 this way, which is 13 this way. That means the only corners I can use is here and here, and here and here. This is on one side of the board 13, this is on the other. Now one thing that's funny about this is I did a number thing yesterday. Anyways, I don't know where it is, but I did a number thing yesterday that also worked out to the same thing. I wish I can explain it to you. It was a part of Monopoly that I extended. Did you ever see that? That's our bat. Anyways, we're going to take this away. Here's a picture of my floor. Whatever it means. And then here. This is something I did a couple of years ago, about 3 years ago. The grid, the core. The core, 250 years. Why? 5 times 5 in the center. Times 8 circling it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2,000 years. The grid, see Jacob's ladder in the center? I-I-H-H-C-O-C cock. Why? Because those are the corners. These are the centers. These are evens and odds. They're all different shapes for tic-tac-toe. 0, 5, 0. Why? 6 and 4 is 0. 6 and 4 is 0. What's between 6 and 4? 1. 1, 0, 10, 10. That's the way it works. 5 and 5 is 10. 6 and 4 is 10. 4 and 6 is 10. The grid is created a little lower down, and we created it like this. The digital clock of 13 and 4s. Why? Because the corners are taking up the L position. Digital 6 lines on the digital clock. Now these are designs I did before I actually thought I knew anything at all. And this is Earth and this is Mars. This is the Queen's wing right here. L is the Queen's wing. It's the 12th letter. It represents the Queen inside the cards. And at the same time, L in French is a wing. And then the last one that I pulled around with is this one over here. See the star in the center? I made the opening where there was a star extension. So which tells me that in order to create all this, this goes all the way out here and makes a hook. And then this starts to spin within its own circle. And it comes out here and it makes another hook. And then it becomes spinning in its own circle. And the same thing here, and as these two sides come about, they grow. And they form a new hook between his legs. And now, he's controlling this whole area, and we go in here for life. This is the tombstone. This is our coffin. We go here for life. This small little entry between the 5 positions, because this is our heart. This is man walking, 2 arms, 2 legs. Raphael 7286. Do you see this here? This is all Mayan stuff. This is all saying, more or less, this is the tidal waves you see in the ocean. And at the same time, it shows R. What am I going to say about R? It's the digital. I never noticed it before, but See this and this? You know the way it's blacked out on your digital clock? And it's blacked out because this is what the black ends up doing. But you don't see it because you see black. But the 8 is the digital. Angel Heaven digital divides you 0 and 0 between two sides. So now if it's digital 0 and 0, and they're each valued at 6, you have 1 on the top, 1 on the bottom. You have 6, 6. You have 166. 166 is actually 233. Plus the 21 dice is 254, and that's the day the Twin Towers went down. There's a few new things on Google I'd really like to show you. Maybe I can take this moment and go out and see the new things on Google. Let me go here. Google. And we're coming into Google. And Moon and the digital. Okay? Moon and the digital. I want to come back and see you for a second. Oh, you've actually... Well, do you know there's a videotaping on my video at 2 hours and 12 minutes while my camera was not on, and it's still... Oh, here you are. Okay, did I do this yet? Okay, here it is. And there you are. I got the two together. I have a video working right now. It's been going 2 hours and 15 minutes. I haven't even been up 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and check it in a minute. Google Apps, okay, right now. I'm going to make it bigger and find you one that I'm really, okay. Okay, let me see if I can get this down here. See this one over here? Red is for the stop sign. But red at the same time, it's for a do not enter sign. But this is not a do not enter sign. This is saying start. On your Google button, press start. It says go, it says God, because the triangle is the delta letter in Greek. It's also pointing, okay, towards the north. You see it pointing towards the north right up over here. It's pointing towards the north. It says dog. It says God dog. It says the dog leg of God. This guy's ready to jump. You see what this thing is? See the line over here? This is H, and it's also an I. See the I letter? And then the H. Okay? You see the design? The way it goes in and out of each letter? Okay? I'd have to look at that a little bit and see what it is. We have a cloud on the first part. We have a cloud on the last part. But there's a foggy cloud in between the two sides that are connecting the sides. But I don't think anybody... Whoop, 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 whoop. Can you see the little cloud on the outside and the back? Okay? Now at the same time, it's a 3-step jump. Why? Because that platform that this guy is walking on, okay, it's the long run and jump where they tap their feet in the Olympics. Okay? One merry-go-round and 2 circles. This would stand for either X or N. You see the 8 over here? And then this actually makes an 8. Here's Dr. Mario, where you can go down the next tunnel. See the yellow? This is yellow just like gold. The first one is red, you get the blood, then you get the piss. Once the piss gets into you, they follow you. Why? Because it has to do with horses and penicillin. Now, this file that this guy is working on, why is he working on this? Because he's what they call compiling. As everything works, whatever is going in, he's compiling information, and he's putting it in, and he's taking it out to follow you. Then parts of Google, okay, are now butterflies. And the transformation of butterflies in Mexico, where hundreds of thousands of butterflies show up like in the same weekend, okay, if you notice that the E at one side is no longer an E. This becomes a Y. This becomes a U. This says Doogie. This is Doogie what? Is it Doogie Hazard? Or is it talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger because he played in that movie, the guy who goes to the moon? You see this man over here? He's all green. Well, his legs, okay, it says 1, 0 in the center, there's nothing there, and 1. 101, or is this one 101? When it's a big square like this, there's a chance, okay, what letter can you draw in the square? Is it a T? You draw a T, he hooks up his two arms here and his two arms here. The T would end up right between his legs. It would say 111, or it would say the middle of the roulette wheel. Why? Because he has the top, he has the spin, he has the 0. This would be the top of the roulette. And this T would go right down between his legs. Here it's saying doodle. Doodle 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 paintbrushes. 2 are red, 1 is green, 1 is yellow, 1 is blue. Blue and blue. Biggest one. This is the electronics. Go. The only way to go is electronically. The colors they choose in here. G-O-O. They're using the same colors. And then when they get to the end of Google, you see up over here is red, but down over here is E. So now they interchanged R, rain, trainer, rain, ain, the old in her. It means this is getting old. The music is running out. Something about getting old inside Matrix. And this one over here, I really want to see. Something happened. Now this one. So we're going to take a look in here. I know I extended my time again. Come on, let's see what's up there. Anyways, before that comes up, see the way he has curly hair both ways? I'm not going to mention what it is. And what he has over here. You know, it's going like this. Is it rain coming down? I don't know what it is, and I haven't really jumped into it. At the bottom, you can see a P, because it's going around. You know when you loop to loop and you shove a P in to lock it? Okay, it's right over here, but it doesn't. There's 2 holes, one here, one here. One of them shows the P sideways. The other one shows the P sideways, almost like saying Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. At the same time, his hair. Which way do you want to go to snake hair? What do you want to do with hair? You see these? These become 888 and 333, depending on what you want to do, because it's all the same thing. Okay, it showed up. And if you see, the orange one now has, the red one now has markings on it. It looks more red. He's now a family member of the E, O and E, 155. 155 is Spirit of 76. So the Spirit of 76 is in this picture. They're showing you Star Trek. They're showing you a bandana on blue, 2013. But look at the colors of blue. White came, like the white ghost. Then they're playing on a train set. There's a basketball, a car. Here's someone who looks like a stone character from history, from the Greeks. Here's Abraham Lincoln, but Abraham only has one leg. I didn't know he had one leg. Here's the vampire, and here's the L in Google coming in as number 1. But if you look at the number 1, this is number 8, this is 18, this is your digital. Like the digital, this is your digital G. Why did they make the G this way? Go, 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 go. Oh, go, go. 7, 6, 6, 7. 6, 7, 6, 7. Multiply 6, 7, 7, 6, okay, by 13 moons. Let's do it together. 6, 7, 7, 6 by 13 moons. In which, how would you get to 6, 7, 7, 6? You would take 3, 8, 8, 3. This is Hoover Dam. This is the number that Mr. Cathy just worked on, this number. Why? 3 times 2 is 6. 8 and 8 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. Now we're going to do the moons. 8, 21, 2. 3 by 7 is 21, 3. 2, 3 by 6 is 18, 20. 0, 6, 7, 7, 6. 8, 8, 1, 7, 8. Is this right? That's amazing. 8, 7, 1, 8, 8. 6 by 3 is 18. 3 by 7 is 21. 1 and 1 is 22. And 2, 3 by 7 is 28. 29, 30. So wouldn't this be 3 here? 3 by 6 is 18. Sorry to bring you on this boat ride, but 3 by 6 is 18. Spanish train, counting it again. 3 by 6 is 18 times 1, 21, 22, 2 over here. 3 by 7 is 21 is 23. Is 3 here, is 2 here. 3 by 6 is 18 is 20. Okay? Don't forget, 20 can always be made 21. Not on this side. You see, both sides are a little bit different, okay? Because this side, this position over here, and this position over here, if nothing exists, it'll always count for a minimum of 1, because it's the area of space that it takes up. If this does get 1, we have 8, 8, 1, 8, 8. This is Herbert Hoover Dam. This is Peyton Manning of the Denver Broncos, of a train that will leave from Colorado, maybe New Mexico and Texas, leading all the way up through Hoover Dam. The railway, the rails of this train. You know, I wanted to make this go the other way. 2328, 2328, 06776. What I just did is made it 31 instead of 30. The trainway rubs against the ground, giving the rails a vibration, giving the whole ride underneath the ground a little bit more of a vibration. What do you need to do to give more and less of a vibration inside a train set? Sitting on the rails, up and down mountains placed with pickets and pines inside the ground. What do they need to do? We're looking to build energy, don't forget. This is all about building energy. Regardless of anything else, we need to build energy. Well, energy, what will happen to the oceans if we build energy? Will it make more energy or less energy? Things are going to be grinding down the energy level, and they're putting more trains on the line. Is it also the heartbeat of man? The heartbeat of man that's actually inside the system? So our hearts and our thoughts actually are so directed to creation, to where the last heartbeat? Is it something that's only in the system matrix that it feels who we are? Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching this video. Nah, we got another one to do on Google. Yeah, we didn't finish this one even. This one over here, Snow White, the dress. Here's the javelin, I do not know what it is. But don't forget, the nav and the avenue and the guy who showed the Titanic where to go. Here he's looking, I'm not quite sure, Charles Dickens, okay, Charles Chickens, and then Bob and Rose, and Grimm's Fairy Tale. This over here, what did they say about that? It says Ada Lovelace, but I take it more as who I want to take it as. Okay, so we're going to go back in the history of this. Google. See how the water is? There's a little city sitting on an island in between all this water. If this water breaks, my friends, this water breaks, this whole thing sinks. Don't forget about the sinkholes. You see in this position where this red is down and blue is up, the energy is up. Red, the energy is down. That must be us. Take a look at the shape over here. It says the seventh gate. Take a look at this shape over here. Which shape is it actually making? You see the 3 bumps on his hand? And then the number over here. This one down. This is one down this way. What does it show out this way? I'd have to study that a little bit more. See the way the one of the white shapes inside? Here you have the lion. Okay, guarding the stones of Google. This one is sort of telling us this is a good life for the lion. While they're all living in the Stone Age, I'm ahead of everybody, but he's made of rust. He's made more of the, not the orange ball, but he's been burnt. And somehow the yellow, if you take a look at it, there's a tail on one head, on one end, and a tail on the and a head on the other end, so it's some kind of animal. And this G is laid down on the side, like the digital went to sleep. Now everybody can get out, or everybody's tied in, and it's been going on for centuries. Anyways, Raphael 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus, what was supposed to be a 3-minute video, ends up to be 30 minutes. Thank you for watching. Did we show all these cards? Did we show that this card over here, his hair is turned backwards? He's wearing a mask, and he's got a mask in the background. How does he have that mask in the background? See that mask? Now, I took out a picture before, and I don't know if I showed it. No, I don't see the picture here. No. Oh yeah, here it is. Now I lost another picture. See the mask? See this? See the little hole over here? Does it look the same? And this is what it's from. Thank you for watching this video. 7286 Raphael, 7286. Do I have to say the PH all the time? Because that's number 44. It's the Phoenix within my name. But I'm not the only one with that name. I'm not the only one using P and H. How many other names in the alphabet that we actually use in North America use the P and H? Thank you. Do not worry. We do not fail.